All right, welcome to the round three primetime game. This is going to be the Excavators at the Jaguars, and this is the first primetime game being played in the Jaguars' new stadium since they have moved stadiums. And looks like the play has started.
Now, especially, I think this main storyline in this game is the Excavators. They are in a major hole. They are 0-4, and they are fighting for their lives. They have to win this game if they want if they want a good chance of making the playoffs.
Yeah, as it looks right now, it appears that the Excavators just are not going to be in the playoffs this year.
Yeah,
How's
I mean, they could make it. They just have to win now. I mean, the Jaguars is one of their biggest competitors.
exactly?
Currently, the three seeded 2-2.
Now, as for the Jaguars, it's interesting because the roles are reversed from last year. Last year, the Jaguars, who what was their team name? The Hawks last year. It's the same player, Simon. It's just different team and stadium, but they were the ones who didn't make the playoffs, and so it's funny how the roles are now reversed, and this game is in the hands of, or it's
Now,
this game matters
yeah.
more for Jack now.
Simon's been a pleasant surprise this year. Season one, he was expected to do great things, potentially come up as a three seed, maybe even make the championship, but he heavily disappointed, going 1-6 and finishing in last place. However, this season, he's already surpassed his win total and looks to be a lock to win most improved.
Yeah, most certainly. And the reason we had such high expectations in season one for him was because in season zero he actually beat Ryan, believe it or not, which is crazy to think of now. You know, as Ryan went undefeated last season, even beating out Declan, who was undefeated in season zero, and has been undefeated up to this point by everybody except Ryan. So it's quite interesting that Simon was not great in season one, but he seems to be back. The team rebrand really has been working out for him in the new stadium. I think he's back with a vengeance, and he wants to. He definitely doesn't want to be cut from the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I think he wins this game. He's almost a lock to make it. Jack
Yeah,
would be in such a major hole that a lot would have to go wrong or
exactly.
right
Because
in his scenario.
that would bring Jack to 0-5, I believe. And what would the Jaguars? Oh, looks like that was end of round one. Wasn't even really paying attention to the game, to be honest. Pretty much back and forth 0-0. We'll be back with the second round very shortly. All right, welcome back to the second round. Score is 0-0 with 2 minutes on the clock, and play will start any second now. Anyway,
Yeah, you're talking about the team records. Anyway,
yeah,
and if Simon wins this game, he'll be 3-2. Jack will be 0-5. If Jack wins, he'll be 1-4. Simon will be 2-3.
yeah. So even if Jack does win, it'll still be hard for him to beat out Simon for that playoff spot. He'll have to win almost every game he has left. But if Jack loses this, it's almost a guarantee that he will not make the playoffs, especially because he still has a game against the Reapers, I believe, and he still has a game against Declan as well.
An important thing to think about is if Jack does win, he will have the head-to-head tiebreaker. So it's only one game he'd have to make up. He'd have to, which would be difficult because he still has to play Declan.
Right? Yeah, he does have a pretty hard schedule moving forward, but you never know. This has been a very much a back and forth game. It'll be in one guy's corner for 15 to 30 seconds, and then the other guy's corner, but nobody's really able to get that final push into the goal. Looks like Jack was able to get one right there. All right,
This game is very similar to the first primetime game that we showed with the Rangers and the Stankers.
right, very very low scoring game, just a war of attrition really.
Another thing to talk about, I know it's ironic because Jack just scored, but Jack has been very inept on offense this year. He's only scored, I believe, around 2 to 3 goals the entire season, which just won't cut it in this league, not in such a high-powered, offensively focused game.
Yes, I agree, and looks like he's not able to defend against the kickoff goal there by Simon, so that brings the score up to 1-1. Still
You can tell
anybody's
Simon's
game.
getting angry.
What's that?
You can tell Simon's getting angry.
Yeah,
He's gonna probably score a lot here. That's my prediction.
definitely wants to win. Jack stays in the goal, which seems to be fatal for him as he does not try to hit the pig to the side. Looks like he was just trying to hit it straight back, which you would think he'd know by now. That never works.
I frankly don't know what he's doing. He's been in this league a very long time. That never works ever, and I just don't understand it. And he's just
Same
doing the
thing.
same
He
thing
just did the
again.
same thing again. So that brings the score up to 3-1. If he keeps playing like this, he has no chance in this game or in this league really. But he's off to the side now, so maybe he'll try to hit this one to the side, or he'll go for it. Looks like he kind of
I think if you're in Jack's scenario, you gotta hit it. You try to gotta try and hit it forward. I mean, you gotta score. You can't just play defense the rest of the way.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, because even though he just guaranteed that Simon wouldn't score a kickoff goal on him by staying back somewhat and hitting it to the side, it also means it ended up on his side, which Jack is able to get it back on Simon's side, so he could score right here. But it looks like Simon's able to get it around behind him and take the fourth goal.
Fatal
But
mistake. Jack got turned around there. He started running towards the corner. It's just can't do that. You have to be laser focused on the pig. Can't stop looking at it. Can't stop hitting it.
exactly. So with 30 seconds left in the second period, I doubt, and the way they've been playing, I doubt Jack will be able to come back from this. Three goals down, but
And if Jack can't come back from this 3-goal deficit, then it's almost lights out in his season.
yeah. He's able to get it past Simon though. Well, it ends up in the corner as usual. Oh, and it looks like the end of the round. Maybe if he had more time, he would have scored there, but we'll be back with round 3 very shortly. All right, welcome to round 3. The score is 1 Excavators, 4 Jaguars with 2 minutes left on the clock.
All Simon's got to do is just keep it on Jack's side.
Right,
He
which
will
hasn't been
coast
that
to
hard for him.
victory.
At the beginning of the game, it was very back and forth, especially in the first period. Nobody scored at all, but starting in the second period, Jack has really fallen apart. He's been able to mostly keep the defense up, but it's definitely been staying in his corner and on his side of the field for the majority of the game.
Interesting thing to note, Simon was 1-6 last year. His one win came against Jack.
Exactly, and there is another goal. This is getting increasingly unlikely for Jack to come back from this. I mean, 5-1, he's down 4, and I don't really think Jack is going to be capable of scoring 4 times in a minute 33, to be honest, against Simon at least.
If this was a player like Brian or Declan or ONR, someone who can score very fast, very quickly, I'd say there's a chance. But here, I mean,
Right, and
Jack.
he just keeps playing defense, which is odd to me, and it didn't work out for him anyway. Still got another goal on him, so 6-1. Yeah, he just keeps saying back he's got to go for the puck if he wants to score on Simon, because Simon is a player that is more susceptible than the average player to these kickoff goals, I think. But he doesn't even have to worry about it with Jack, and it looks like it keeps paying off for him. Jack is just hanging back, letting it get to his corner, which never ends well. So the score is now up to 7-1.
This game is over.
Yeah, no way Jack can score 6 times in a minute 12, but we'll see how well he can help his differential and stuff. If I'm being honest, I think that this is going to be a mercy win. Based on the way it's been so far, I think that the Jaguars are going to be able to pull this through. And oh, I guess he didn't get the goal there, though. I still think the Jaguars can score twice in the next minute.
Absolutely. Even if they had 30 seconds, I'd still consider it a chance.
Yeah. I mean, he's just putting on the pressure. Oh, but another goal, barely defended by Jack.
So anyway, since this game is basically over, why don't we talk a little about our next primetime matchup between Declan and Owen R. I think it's very intriguing the way Owen R has been playing lately.
I agree. I think even though Declan beat him in the first round, it's going to be very interesting to see because Owen R seems to have been getting better at the game. And seeing as it's their rematch, he'll be back with a vengeance, wanting to beat out Declan, who has never lost to anybody but Ryan. So that'll be quite an interesting game. And it also adds to the stakes that they're brothers as well, which definitely increases the stakes, like I said. And with 10 seconds left on the clock, I don't think it's going to be mercy win anymore. Simon might be able to squeeze out another goal.
And with this, Simon moves to 3-2, Jack 0-5.
All right, yeah, and looks that, like we talked about before, that looks like it is almost going to be the end of Jack's playoff hopes. If he won every single game, I think it is still possible, technically, mathematically, but he's not going to beat Owen R. or Ryan or Declan, in my opinion. He doesn't really have a chance, so good job to the Jaguars. A lot better this season than last season. Like I said before, that rebrand has really seems to be working out for them. Anyway, that seems to be the end of this game, so thank you for watching.